This video is going to go over an update on how one of the share code feature works, and this is only applicable to you if you are a share code creator, you're creating a funnel for somebody else, and you want to be able to link your buttons to the company's outside website URL. And we're talking about your network marketing company or whatever company that you're wanting to link to from your funnel. The way it works now, it still works this way. You could tell all your share code users to go find the URL that they're supposed to paste in this section here. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it a little bit different. It still works the same way, but this is going to be a lot better because no longer do you need a different code to be able to link to a different company website. Because every page that you want to link to from your company, it needs to have either your member ID or your username inside the URL. I mean, that's obvious because that's going to allow the proper tracking to take place. So let me show you exactly how this works. Let's say that I'm a share code creator and I am creating a funnel for this company called 150 Fast. So I'm going to click here to save. Now, instead of pasting in the URL, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my username for this company or my member ID. Now, I'm not with this company. I'm just going to make one up. It doesn't really matter. So there's the number. I click here to save. Okay, now that that step is done, let's go and code these buttons so you can see exactly how this is done. Once you have the page in your editor and you have the codes or the buttons that you want to code, here they are right here. And I'm just going to show you some examples. Here's an example of what you might possibly come across with your company. Your company obviously has its main company website, but then this is an example, like you'll have a / and then that'll be your member ID for that company or your username. It doesn't matter. You can use either one, whether it's a username, letters, or a member ID with numbers, it doesn't matter. It'll still work either way. Here's another example. Let's say you wanted to bring your prospects directly to a testimonial type of page that your company provides. And so here is an example of what that URL might look like. Again, it's obviously got to have your member ID or username in there. And along the same lines, here's an example like Meet the Founders page. Let's say you wanted to bring your prospects to like a Meet the Founders page of your network marketing company. This is an example of what that URL might look like. And you'll notice that I've highlighted in yellow the member ID for each example. So let's code these buttons now with these sample URLs that I just showed you. So let's start with this first button. When your prospects or any of my share code users, when their prospects hit that sales page and they click on that button, I want them to go to this URL. But obviously, I don't want them to go to this specific URL. This code that I'm about to show you is going to insert their username or their member ID. So all you're going to do is click on variables to your web page, find your company in the drop-down menu, and here it is right here, 150 Fast, and just click the word create. And in this bottom one here where it says good for buttons, you're going to copy that code right here. And let me come back over to this first URL, and I'll paste that right here so you can see it. So all you're going to do is you're going to replace this member ID or username with that code, and that's all there is to it. And so you need to do it like a surgeon. Make sure you do it perfect. It's going to copy this, and I'm going to paste that right over that ID number, just like that. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to come back to my button. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click on the link icon, and I'm going to paste that right there. And because this URL starts out with a www, make sure the protocol does not say other, but it says HTTP. And then just click OK. So let's go back and let's code that second button, and I'm going to replace that member ID with this link right here. Okay, now notice when I pasted that in, it moved the period from the bracket. You can't have any spaces. It's all got to be tight. All right. There we go. I pulled that in so it's up close, and I'm going to copy this code right here, I'm going to paste it here. Now that I've pasted that code in there, I see that the HTTP is right in front, so that's good. I'm going to click OK, and now that button is coded. And just because these are fictitious URLs that I'm doing these examples with, doesn't mean I can't test it to see if it works. So if I click on this button, look inside the address bar, and you'll notice that that code stuck the member ID right there in front, just like it was supposed to. And finally, let's do this third one real quick. I've got the code copied, and I'm going to paste that right in here, right over the member ID. And then I'm going to check to make sure there's no spaces. Okay, I got rid of all the spaces. Everything is tight and together. So I'm just going to copy this and come back over, highlight the button, click on the link icon, paste that new code in there, and that looks good. And I'm going to save my changes. And watch when I click on this button, you can see inside the address bar that put that exactly where it's supposed to go. So for those of you that have created funnels before, created share codes before, and you've got that instructional page that tells your share code users to paste in your company's URL, well, no longer will you be doing that. You'll be telling your prospective share code users to be pasting in just their member ID or just their username, which is going to make it easier for everyone all around.